guys, Guy in Kalamazoo here. Yeah, this is just a quick update video, and yeah, doing it from my living room. Here's the issue. I'm like, oh my god, I just recorded. Yeah, why? I'll tell you in a minute why I'm in my living room. Uh, I just recorded half an hour of a video, and being in my living room, yeah, there's distractions. Okay, so I got the dogs. All of a sudden, I was near the end of the update vlog, and my fucking phone rings. It's like, okay, so I went to pause it, pause the camera, pause the recording, and I don't know what happened, but all that I just did went away. So anyway, here I am. I haven't done a vlog in yeah, it's been a couple months. And now maybe I needed to redo that from that first update anyway, because the first update I was going to go through and edit it, and it was longer than I wanted it to be, and I was straying off into topics I didn't really want to go, because this is just an update video, and I want to talk about some of the gaming, give you an update on my gaming and stuff going on in my life. But that's all this is meant to be. In my first video, I was straying off into some of my rants about different things, so I'm glad I can kind of edit that out by doing a new video. My coffee. Okay, so yeah, I'm in the living room. One of the reasons being is, in fact, that picture back there. A wonderful artist, Nen, Nen. Met her at last year's Detroit Comic-Con, and I bought that from her. It's not an original, it's just a print, but yeah, I love it. It's just wonderful. Anyway, I'm in the living room because right now, yeah, summers are hot here in Michigan, and of course, we get a lot of humidity here. And I know people down south, people out west are gonna be like, "You're crying and whining." I'm not, and I don't whine and cry about the heat at all, because you guys probably know already, I despise winter. I hate winter. I hate the snow. Um, I don't know what's going on out there. I just heard something. I don't know what's going on, and the dog's barking. So anyway, I hate the winter, so I'm not going to bitch about the heat. So, but anyway, with this house, our bedrooms are upstairs, and we actually use one room. Chris and I have, we don't have separate bedrooms, of course, but we have, he has his, like, setup, his PC, his PlayStation, his Xbox, all of that stuff is in his area, then I have my area, which is down here. So that's one reason I'm coming from the living room for you. Because he moved because of the heat, and we have air here. We have central air, but I don't know why. It just does not cool down the upstairs enough at all. So with his computer running, Xbox running, both maybe at the same time, it was hot up there. And so we moved him down here to my room, which is not this room. It's right across the hall over here. Someday I needed to do a vlog on my house and kind of show you guys around. So anyway, he's down here. That's why I'm in the living room. But Jesus, I like having my room, because doing a vlog, I can just shut the door, no distractions, don't bother me. Like the phone ringing, yeah, and I've got my cell phone here, which actually Lumia 1520, which I love. Yeah. Hi Sharon. This is the Within Temptation concert. Yeah, there's Sharon. Within Temptation that I went to see, last October. So going off on a bit of a tangent though, I'm on AT&T Next plan, and this is done. I can upgrade a phone, no charge. This morning, I actually had in my hands the Note 5 and the Galaxy 6 Edge Plus. Okay, so more functional, the Note, It's beautiful, but it's more function. It has more function because it's got the stylus. You can even pull the stylus out right on the just right on the phone that's not even turned on, and it will take a note. I love that functionality. Then there's the beauty, and it's an absolute gorgeous beauty of the Samsung Galaxy 6 Edge Plus. It's a little bit smaller than this. This is a 6-inch, and I think those screens are 5.7, but it's just sleek. It's got the curves. Both sides are like curved and glass back. It was like a piece of glass that was your phone. It was just pure beauty. And I actually think when it does come out, which I hope next week it comes out, I get to keep this because this paid. But I'm going to be going back to Android. This is a Windows phone, of course. And getting. See, I'm still on the fence about the Note 5 or this Galaxy. The Galaxy is just absolutely beautiful. And actually feeling it in my hand, the Galaxy felt better. That's probably the one I'm going to be going with. Although the Note has the functionality with the pen, the stylus. Chris has a Note 4. He loves it. I love it. So anyway, got on the phone tangent. Okay. So quickly with some updates. A lot of you might know I work at Kellogg, and I'll say I actually used to work at Kellogg. Last Friday was my a week ago, in fact, a week ago today was my last working day with Kellogg. The reason being, and I'm going to condense this down some from my video that somehow went away, the last one I just did. Um, Here's why. I've been with Kellogg about 7.5 years, going on 8 years. The last 4 years of my tenure at Kellogg has not been my passion and my profession, which is programming or developer, whatever you want to call it. I'm a .NET developer, a software engineer, because something I'm very passionate about, and this goes to my writing and my artistic side, is when, if you're not familiar with the .NET, I use it's a app or a program called Visual Studio. And when you do a new project, you can create a Visual Basic project, an ASP project. There's a number of projects, C# project. Then you can create just a standard Windows form, which is a program, like .exe file that runs on your computer. Or you can create, which I do mostly, web apps and things that run through a browser. So when you create that, it comes with this blank form. And to me, it's like, okay, and artists will understand this. I am not an artist, but I know artists like Nen will understand this. You've got a blank sheet of paper, just a blank sheet of paper. You've got a pen, whatever. For me, it's coding. But to create something that actually works and that end users are going to use just fascinates me. This is like my passion. It's one of my professional passions. Okay, so with Kellogg, in the last couple of years, what has happened is they have a project going on that um, they're essentially eliminating workforce. They're outsourcing. One of the departments they have outsourced is their IT department. Probably about 80% of IT has gone to Accenture. HR, and I think some finance people. Um, so what's happening are people are being told, oh, you no longer have a job. But we have not really cut your job. We've just given it to Accenture, and if you want to reapply for your job, you can. I think it's total bullshit. Plus, every time I have to call the HR department because I'm not an employee now of Kellogg's. But I've had to contact HR about benefits and other things. Every time I call, I get a foreign country. Every time I call, and I know they're an actual employee of Accenture. And again, I don't have any ill will against Kellogg. What I have the ill will against is their business processes right now. Their business processes are pure bullshit right now. I know they've got to save money. Um, all companies have to save money, but they already went through a lean period 5 years ago. And they cut a lot of people there, which double up responsibility and work on others. And now they're doing it again. And it's, oh, whatever. That is not the real reason I left Kellogg's. I've left Kellogg's because, as I said, 4 years ago, and I worked at the plant. So the plant is 24/7. It's not like first shift only Monday through Friday. It's 24/7. And I work second shift in the warehouse. First I started out in our packing department, then our processing department, then I was moved into the warehouse, which I thoroughly enjoy. Again, the people at Kellogg's that I work with, I'm going to miss dearly. The business itself, no. So, okay, so me being an IT person, and that's when I actually started with Kellogg, and the plant manager had asked me to move into, operations. And thinking of my career at Kellogg, thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to be retiring with Kellogg, I figured, oh, it'd be a good feather under my cap, which it still is, because I have the knowledge of the operations side of the Kellogg's world, which I'm sure I can use with me later in life for some reason. As Annie Mame says, knowledge is power. So, and it's true, knowledge is power. That's something that nobody can ever take away from you. When you learn something, and use critical thinking though when you're learning, because some things that people might teach you might be a little biased. Um, and okay, I'm not gonna use an example, or I'm not gonna stray off into something else, but just be careful what you're learning, because even our history books here in the United States, I think, are biased towards, for instance, pilgrims and sitting down with the Indians, having dinner, blah, 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 blah. Or Christopher Columbus. Personally, I think that holiday should be stricken off the calendar because I think it was some sort of terrorist that just killed a whole bunch of people. So just when you're learning, they cannot take the knowledge from you. Nobody can take knowledge from you. But when you're learning, just be careful and use that critical thinking. Something I try to always do. Yes, I'm a very opinionated person. And yeah, some of my opinions may be totally off base too, but it's my opinion. I'm very passionate and strong about that too. So anyway, going back to my passion of IT did not exist with Kellogg any longer. At least in this current day, it does not exist. So I started looking outside the company, and yeah, it was about a month ago. 1 month ago? Yeah, about 1 month ago. I had actually two interviews. One was with a credit union. The other was with a nonprofit called KCMH, which is Kalamazoo Community Mental Health. That is the actual job I'm going to be starting on Tuesday as a programmer. Um, and actually, I think both jobs, I was called for a second interview with the credit union, and I interviewed on credit union Monday. No, Tuesday, I interviewed with the credit union. Wednesday, I interviewed with KCMH. Wednesday evening, they offered me the job. Where the credit union called me, I think it was, they didn't call me, they emailed me Thursday morning. That's the day I put in my 2 week notice because I went ahead and accepted this KCMH offer. And they wanted to interview me Friday the 31st is when they wanted to do a second interview, which at that time I had to tell them that I accepted this other job. The other job, they paid similar, and personally I am taking a little bit of a pay cut from Kellogg's, but with a job here in town, I don't have to drive to Battle Creek, and Battle Creek's like 30 miles from where I live. That's about I spent about an hour of travel time. Again, I know those on the West Coast are probably going to laugh and say, that's nothing. But saving on gas and the being able to spend time with my family. That's something else that Kellogg's does not do well, at least where I worked. The time is like working 24/7. Many of them days are not standard work days. You're asked to work over, but and work weekends. Um, but knowing I'm working first shift, knowing I'm going to have weekends off for the most part. There might be a weekend or two here or there where I may have to, get a project done or something. I have no problem with that. But knowing that I've got that time far outweighs the money that I'm going to be missing. And it's not that much of money, the salary difference. Plus, I know I'll excel at this new job, and within a year or two, I'll probably be at that level when I left Kellogg. Benefits are pretty much the same. So anyway, I start Tuesday with KCMH, and Kellogg's is done. So, okay, on to gaming. I've got my Xbox on right now, and I'm looking to see, I'm viewing the tiles at the bottom and the games that I've played. Destiny, I've been playing Destiny still. Um, Bungie, when you go to Bungie.net and Destiny, they have something called your triumphs. They set certain goals like finding all your gold chests, finding, I don't think ghosts are there because I haven't found them all, but there's certain things. There's only two things I'm missing. And the thing about the triumphs is they're trying to get people to accomplish these tasks and these goals before the Taken King comes out. The Taken King comes out September 15th. So there's only like 1 month to get these triumphs complete. When you get them complete, when the update comes out, you're going to get, or those that have completed them are going to get a very special emblem to put by their name. So it's going to be probably pretty rare and limited. But that's something, at least a goal I'm trying to accomplish in Destiny before the Taken King comes out. I still enjoy playing Destiny. Yeah, it gets boring after a little while, but um, there are some internal goals I want. Like my Titan is with Dead Orbit. He just leveled up to Dead Orbit status 11. The reputation's 11. Personally, I'd love to get up to that upper cap of, I think it's 100, because there's a shader and the ship that I want from Dead Orbit for him. My Warlock, he is pretty much with the Queen's faction. He's got all the purple robes and he does the Queen stuff. And then I've got my Hunter who does the Eris Morn stuff. So he's more woodsy, more brown colors, stuff like that. And the Hunter's the one I don't use that much. So my Warlock's a 34, which is the top right now. The top level anyway. With the Taken King, it's going to go up to 40. 34, and then my Hunter and my Warlock are 33. So, I just recently joined a clan that Chris is bigger into Destiny than me right now, in fact. He's joined a clan. He's got me to join. I've not played with him yet, but one of the triumphs that I'm missing is a raid called Vault of Glass, and doing Vault of Glass on hard. Personally, the other triumph that I'm lacking, and I hear this is nearly impossible, is Prison of Elders level 35. It's just those two I need to do. So anyway, I'm part of a clan now called Gods in Training, and hopefully tomorrow we're gonna at least knock out the Vault of Glass on hard and get that done. Okay, so the other game I've been playing a lot lately too is Black Flag, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, because it came out as a free game I think it was last month for gold members. And yeah, I've played the game, finished it on the 360. And I figured, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to give it a go again and get all my achievements again. It's free, why not? So I just completed chapter 11. And I know I'm very near the end of the campaign mission. And then I'm going to go back and there's some things, because I am a completionist. I try to be a completionist. But all those little secret things you have to find. I'm like OCD that way. I want to go and at least get that part done. Um, so let's see for games. Okay, then what's today? The 14th. I think it's a week from Tuesday. Gears of War Ultimate Edition comes out, which Chris has a copy. I got a copy. They are already prepaid, not just pre-ordered, but we just went out and paid them in full, so we can just walk in a GameStop and get them. So we've got that coming, and I'm going to be on Gears. I'm a huge Gears of War fan, as many of you may know. And the Ultimate Edition, and then when the backwards compatibility starts, Gears 1, 2, 3, and Judgment will come with it eventually. I think the backwards compatibility starts at, like in November. So, yeah, I've got that coming, and then the Taken King in September, Halo 5 later. Oh, and then, yeah, my game of the year is Ori and the Blind Forest. Um, and it was announced at Gamescom that Ori is going to get its own type of expansion pack. I think it comes out in December. So that's something I'm definitely going to get too. So, okay, so as far as gaming goes, vlogger I watched, Dean, Escape to Gaming, had a really interesting one on, like, the day that gaming died. And in a way, I share his thoughts a lot, and it has to do with this new era that we are in of gaming. I know things have to evolve, but I 100% understand where he's coming from and what he's saying. Why does every game have to be online bullshit? The one okay, Destiny. The reason I do like Destiny too is, you know what? I can go off and do my own thing if I want. You still have to be online, but I want to go off and do my own thing. But that's the reason I don't have Vault of Glass hard done. You have to have, I think, 6 people to play. And then Trials of Osiris, where you have to have a team of 3. I don't like. I see where they're coming from, where Bungie's coming from, trying to get people socialized and, meet new people, play online, play games. But then there's times where I like to, you know what? No, I don't want to do this bullshit. I just want to play the game single player. Okay, so he brought up, for instance, for one of the best games I have ever played in my life is BioShock. The best story, outside of Gears of War. That was something I do love about Gears of War is they had a very story-driven, immersive campaign alongside the multiplayer. But BioShock 1 was excellent. When they introduced the multiplayer into, I think it was BioShock 2, for me it took away from the story of BioShock 2 some. And then BioShock Infinite was just absolutely wonderful too. But he's talking about these games. And it made me think, and he brought this up too, I believe in his vlog, that he's got a physical disc. He's going back and playing, I can't remember the name of it, Jedi Outcast, I think it is, a Star Wars game made many, many, many years ago. He finally got his hands on a copy. He's playing it. 20 years from now, am I going to be able to play Destiny? If like 20 years from now, I'm thinking, you know what, I really kind of want to play Destiny again. And I do have a disc of Destiny, but is Bungie going to have the servers up still for me to play? Because if they're done with Destiny they say is going to be a 10-year game. When it's done with a 10-year life cycle, are they eventually going to say, you know what, nobody's really using these servers, we're going to turn it off? Where's that leave me? What, I bought this game and I can't play it? Yeah, I'm going to have an issue with that. Where, going back, oh, I know, I also bought Rare Replay. But Rare Replay, with the 30 games it has, and by the way, $40, excellent value. I do think, too, Rare Replay is a test of the 360 emulator on the Xbox One. Like, if you go play Banjo-Kazooie, you have to download it. It does all these downloads of all these games. And it's just certain games, like the 360s. The others, I think, are running off the physical disc. But anyway, it's like, um, yeah, going back and playing those old games. Um, are you going to be able to do it? If it's always online or you always have to be online, are you going to be able to do it? I don't know. That's a big question for me. I can understand the always online thing. For instance, I was talking about the phone. With the Samsung, people are griping about, oh, doesn't have SD storage. It's 32 gig. I don't know many people use up 32 gig on the phone. But at any rate, my counter or my response to that is you have the cloud. I use the cloud. I use OneDrive. I've got 1 terabyte of space I can use on OneDrive. 1 terabyte. And this is where I'm kind of proactive, pro always online in a way. Because I have access to all my files, yeah, either on my phone, my computer, my tablet, my Xbox, wherever I am. I can get on OneDrive, sign in, and say, oh yeah, here it is. Um, so in a way, the online thing is the technology is just very, 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 very good. But is it? You see, that's where I'm on the fence. I'm not totally for it because there might come a time when I want to go back, and it's like, and I don't read a lot of books, but the books I do read, I would rather read and have the book in my hand. I had a Nook, and I use my Nook for traveling. I don't have the Nook now. I have a Nook app on my computer, but it's having that physical book in your hand. It's different. And so, okay, that's weird because I just told all of you that I'm a programmer, I'm high tech, all of that, and it's true. But there are certain things. It's like my planner at work. I don't have my planner around me, but it is paper, pencil. I want to change it. I'm actually going to buy a Surface again here soon, and any note taking, any of that, I'm going to start doing it all online through OneNote. Um, So anyway, okay, so that's the games. That's my update on games. That's actually my update on life right now. Chris and I are happy. Nothing's really been going on. It's been a hot summer, but again, I'm not going to bitch about it because I hate the winter. And yeah, we do need some rain. It's been a little while since we've had rain. So outside of that, life's been good. And just in a closing note, I'm going to ask each and every one of you to remember to respect everybody because everybody is a human being, no matter what your differences are. Don't be afraid of those differences. Open your mind and try to understand those differences because not knowing leads to fear, which again, and I'm going to sound like Yoda, but that fear eventually will turn to hate and just bring out bigotry and a whole bunch of things we don't need. So just remember when you're talking to somebody that they are a human being to just respect them and hopefully they'll return and respect you. So anyway, guys, have a good day and I appreciate you watching. And I think I am, speaking of opinions, I'm going to be posting another vlog here in a day or two, but it's going to be more about, it's not going to be an update on what's going on. It's going to be my rant of a legal thing that just happened the other day, which might surprise everybody. People on my Facebook know what I'm probably going to talk about, but it's just going to be my rant, my opinion on that. So anyway, guys, remember to try to listen because God gave you the 2 ears, 1 mouth for a reason. Do more listening, less talking. Take care, everybody, and remember, yes, respect everybody. We're all human beings. We all have this thing called life that we need to live with each other in. Take care, guys.